Bants and Bants.
All systems go.
Bants and Bants.
Defiance.
Bants and Bants.
This rebel has a cause.
Bants and Bants.
We begin as wanderers, and we are wanderers still.
Welcome, everyone, to the 65th, 71st live edition of Bombs and Bants and Wednesday Rants. As always, I am your dedicated and humble host, John Wilder, coming to you from an undisclosed location hidden deep beneath the surface of the earth. With me, as always, is Mark.
Almost always, but yeah, smart.
And the missus.
You know, it's just not fair when you actually give the correct number. Is something wrong with you? Are you feeling okay?
Well, and the thing is, you heard that I said 65th first, because that's what I had written down like several times ago, and I just kind of keep saving the same file again and again. And
I know, but it actually is the 71st, and that's why I was concerned about you, because you've never given the right number.
69 plus 2. But 75th, well, there's,
nice.
Well, I won't go any further. 65th is written on my piece of paper, so like Ron Burgundy, I'll read.
You'll read what's ever put in front of you.
Anything that's in front of me. So welcome, everyone. Mark, how was your week?
It was a week. I mean, we're experiencing so much global warming here that I have to say that we've had to start using the fireplace and bundling up like crazy.
Are you burning carbon in the fireplace?
We sure are, because all that global warming. We're about to die from hypothermia.
I don't know. In our house, we like to burn styrofoam to keep warm. So
they're burning styrofoam over there. Oh, and I have just initiated the YouTube chat, so I'll tell everyone hi-yes. So hi-yes, everyone. And I am going to click the button that says, I certainly like our podcast. I think we already had a thumbs up before I hit that. So hello, all of the listener out there. Oh, it's Tim Turner. Hey, Tim. Welcome to this wonderful evening. Hope everything's going well for you. I think we have, I really going to break my arm patting myself on the back. I think we have an outstanding show. I think probably there's going to be things that have never happened before tonight in the show. The first thing, you're going to hear me sing, and I apologize in advance. And I'm going to tell a little story about that before we hear it. Is one day I had laryngitis when we went to church, the missus and I. And normally I sing, and I tried to sing a very fairly gusty way. I mean, just, zesty way filled with life and enjoyment of the spirit. But that day I had laryngitis, so I could only croak out the words to the various hymns that were sung. And guess what? That day, as we were walking out of church, the missus said, I never understood how beautiful those songs could be. So I realized, okay, maybe I shouldn't sing so much. Ding!
And it only took like about 3 seconds for that to play after I hit the button.
Yes. And Tadano Hito says, sorry, you can't use your fireplace or gas heater. Klaus Schwab says submission credits for his private jet. And Jim Witzel says B&B's in the house. Welcome, folks.
Share mode activated. Boop.
Shall we start off with Resident Biden? Resident Biden on Monday stated in no uncertain terms that the U.S. would not be sending fighter jets to Ukraine.
Okay, so I do have to set this up because it's kind of difficult to hear because they were yelling questions at him as he was walking, I don't know, somewhere. And so the question that the reporter asks is, are you sending fighter jets to the Ukraine? And his response is quickly afterwards.
Mr. President. Mr. President. Mr. President. The United States to Ukraine.
No uncertain terms.
Well, you could have just played the no part.
That would have been very quick.
Yeah. Well, so no, but not so fast. 2023, Joe Biden, in March of 2022, Joe Biden had this to say.
The idea that we're going to send in offensive equipment and have planes and tanks and trains going in with American pilots and American crews, just understand, and don't kid yourself, no matter what you all say, that's called World War III. Okay?
So what really concerns me about that particular soundbite is that apparently we have offensive trains that we might send into places.
Well, they're offensive because they don't use underarm deodorant or antiperspirants.
Well, I mean, they're
And
trains, so, you know.
Oh, I thought it was because they burn fossil fuels.
Oh, now's the time for the trains man meme. I wish you had that.
I know, I don't have that. I need that.
Yep. Okay, so World War III. What could go wrong, right? Does anyone want to take bets on when the fighters show up or troops on the ground?
Well, given our past record on this, in about 6 months we'll be sending fighters in.
But here's what I've heard. I've heard the latest Rand steady said,
Okay.
Our job is done. Just like in Afghanistan, our job is done. It's time to de-escalate. It's time to pull back to get ready for Taiwan. And the latest thing I heard today, don't have this as a story, but I'm sure this will come out, is that the Marines have taken critical positions at Taiwan. Yes.
Okay.
But
Marine-
at or on?
On. The United States
On.
Marines are in on, I mean, you know, it's like a verb. They've done everything to Taiwan that they can. And they're Marines, so they've probably done everything they can in Taiwan, you know, if you know what I mean.
Oh, wait a minute. I have a president here describing his current foreign policy.
And what am I doing here?
And Tara Bright notes that that's 6 months. So let's go to the song, because I sang it, but I'm very interested in hearing it, so I can just sit here and cringe. The missus wrote this, but I sang it.
And this is a lovely, glorious ballad to setting forward the atomic clock. You know, we're all going to die. Oop. Enjoy. Because it's John Wilder singing. Soak it up, people. Soak it up.
Seconds to midnight, waiting for the bomb.
It's beautiful.
Till the morning, then I'm gone. The Ruskies moving on the Yuki's border, loaded. Just like the villains that were made to order, loaded. They told the world that they wanted to fight. The bluff was called, so they made their move. All right, 90 seconds to midnight, waiting for the bomb. Drinking till the morning, then I'm gone. Then we sent some cash and some U.S. steel, loaded. A good exchange for Hunter's deal. Loaded. Now he's a hero, hot to take. The nukes are revved up, ready to break. 90 seconds to midnight, waiting for the bomb. Drinking till the morning, then I'm gone. I just told everyone in chat, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
I think it was one of our better song parodies.
Oh my God, I'm awful at singing.
God, you know, it kind of got better. The verses were kind of okay.
Oh, maybe if I drink enough, I could forget that. Oh, Mark, Tara Bright notes, priest approved. And just letting everyone in our viewing and listening audience know, the missus, what she did for my birthday was take me to a Judas Priest concert. We had front row center tickets, so
Got
she got
sweated on by Rob Halford. Yeah.
Oh,
well, really, it was you. Well, well, let's stop there. So the
But we did
police.
almost get to see a security guard get in a fight with a fan. That was entertaining.
Well, too much information. It'd take 3 minutes to set up the story, but the police body cam video of the arrest of Tyre. It's spelled Tyre just like the port on the Mediterranean in what used to be what the Roman province. I think. Oh, it's Israel now, or is it Syria or Lebanon? Someplace.
It's spelled the same way the British spell tire.
Yeah, but I guess he pronounced it Tyree. Tyree Nichols in Memphis was released last Friday, and I'll note that when I clicked on the video, I was number 370 to watch that video. Democrat Congresswoman Val Demings
From Florida.
who spent 27 years as a police officer, and 4 of chief of police was on Face the Nation Sunday to discuss the incident.
But this falls back now on police executives, our chiefs, our sheriffs, to come up with much needed reforms that start with hiring the brightest and the best, having psychological evaluations being a part of that to ensure fitness for duty. And look, I'm more than familiar with specialized units. Many of them are the results of calls from the community for officers to address crime activities and like drug activity, gang activity. But we have to make sure as police executives that we are putting the most seasoned and most experienced officers in this unit that are well trained and highly supervised.
They can't do any of that, hiring the best and the brightest or putting the most experience, etc., on there if they're going to continue with their diversity hires.
I think you're on mute. You're on mute.
Yep,
John.
Yep, there's more of that, and think real fast. But I was just going to let that go at the.
Well, and there's the cops that got fired and have now. Well, they charged them with 2nd-degree murder is what they're charged with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they were all relatively new to the force, and yeah.
And they were at least 2 of them were fast tracked in. They didn't go through the usual processes of the testing and so forth. So,
am I reading this right? Were they all manlets? Like 5'6", 5'7"?
I don't know. I haven't seen anything about that.
Well, if you look at the mugshot, it looks like you could fit them all in the back of a clown car.
Well, that one guy's just 5'8", but I can't see it behind the rest of them.
Yep. There is a rumor, and I'm going to state this as absolutely a rumor, that, and as Interpreter notes, I'm sorry, Jim Wetzel notes, 5 dead-eyed gang members, apparently they might have been actual gang members, kind of enforcers for a particular gang that were on the police force. Okay. And so we go from the Memphis beating deaths to.
Oh, by the way, I did want to say one more thing about Val Demings, right? Because she was a police officer and chief of police in Orlando. Okay. In 2009, she left her service pistol in her car, and someone stole it out of her car. I believe she was chief of police at the time.
That's some fine police work, Lou.
Never been recovered. They have never recovered that gun.
You would actually probably be surprised at how often police officers leave their weapons where somebody can, steals them. It's actually fairly common. I bet you could probably find at least one incident a month where an officer's weapon's stolen out of his car.
All right. Let's have some palate cleanser here. Let us go to Japan. In where people might just have too much time on their hands.
It's possible.
A Japanese YouTuber who goes by the screen name Maurice. Wow. Some people call him the space cat. Oh, I've learned my lesson about singing tonight, haven't I?
One would hope.
Where his fish play various versions of Pokemon. That's not a typo. His fish play Pokemons. Maurice wrote a program that allowed his fish to use their movements to play the games on his Nintendo Switch. This week, there was a bit of an issue. The Newsbot explains.
Morris set up the system to live stream the fish playing Pokemon Violet, the latest entry in the series, but a malfunction during gameplay led to the Nintendo Switch returning to its home screen. From the home screen, the fish's movements caused the Nintendo eShop to open and the pet spent $4 of its owner's money to buy points. The fish also revealed Morris's credit card information on the live stream. The fish also managed to download an app to play Nintendo 64 games, spent reward currency on a new avatar, requested a confirmation email from PayPal and changed Morris's account name from Matekamaru to ROWAWAWAWA.
I like his fish. We're worried about AI taking over.
We need to worry about the goldfish, yes.
Maurice's goldfish.
And by the way, if you do go to YouTube and just do a search for Pokemon playing fish, his is the first channel that pops up. I would suggest if you want to watch it, you do so with the sound off. It's got some bad music to it. But anyway, this is an actual screen grab from his channel. This is his fish playing Pokemon.
And it is time for the fish to play Pokemon again. Oh. All right.
Oh, by the way, he did contact Nintendo and told them this completely, wild tale of what happened. I don't want to hear act of God. But they did actually give him his money back. So good for Nintendo.
$4?
He was lucky it was just $4.
$4? Okay.
I mean, and bear in mind, the fish did reveal his credit card number on the live stream.
You can change that in an instant. You can change that as often as you change your underwear.
But he wasn't there. That's why this happened. He wasn't there and didn't see it happen.
Okay. So Mark, do you let your fish play your Pokemon's game?
I do, but they have parental restrictions imposed.
Because, strip Pokemon. Let's not go there.
See, Mark is a responsible fish owner. He's a responsible fish owner.
Not that type of parental restrictions, where they have to enter a special code to buy anything. And they don't know the code.
No, he just watches those through the snow, where you got the lines on the screen.
Snow.
We know how that works.
All right, next. Meanwhile, strange things are afoot at the Dallas Zoo. In the past month, a leopard has escaped, and not a German leopard tank. A hole was cut in a monkey enclosure. First, I was going to read that a hole was cut in a monkey.
That would be
That's
very different.
different than a hole cut in the monkey enclosure. And a vulture was found dead. The latest, over the weekend, 2 monkeys disappeared. Ooh, I hope it was on camera, and I hope it was like them beaming out to monkey. But KYTX TV has the story.
Workers discovered 2 emperor tamarin monkeys were missing and that their habitat had been intentionally compromised. Those are their words. This is all according to the zoo. Dallas police say they have reason to believe that the monkeys were taken.
I have a particular
set of skills.
Didn't they recover those monkeys in Missouri?
They did. No, actually, it wasn't in Missouri. It was just in a little town south of Dallas. It gets even weirder.
Maybe the name of the town confused me. Anyway.
Yeah, it gets even weirder, right? So they found them in a closet in an abandoned house. The abandoned house is owned by a church. Let me see if I've got the name of the church here.
And the church is run by Hunter Biden.
No, the thing about the church is that they were going to turn it into a youth center, right? But someone keeps breaking into it and leaving wild animals in it.
Okay.
So the police, the police
are you
have a
saying they can't
suspect in mind. So it sounds like where's Brad Pitt? It sounds like the Cult of the 12 Monkeys to me.
No, it sounds like the Cult of the Beasts. So how many did they leave? What are the number of the beasts?
Well, apparently in this case it was 2.
I lived alone. Next time you're going to keep singing. I'm going to keep singing. All right.
I would think that after listening to yourself on that parody song that would stop you from singing.
You underestimate me.
There is no hope.
There must be something I can sing. All right. Have you ever lied on your resume? Have you ever fudged it a little bit? And did it ever come back to bite you? Well, that happened last week for a Finnish transgender person. Last week, the European Figure Skating Championship was held in Espoo, Finland. The Finnish Figure Skating Association, being the gracious host that they were, put out the call for skaters to take part in the opening ceremony. 59-year-old Minna Maria Anitkin applied to join. And Atkin was a biological man who identifies as a woman and identifies as a skater. And unfortunately, it's easier to identify as a woman than it is to identify as a skater. Let's go to the tape.
I gotta admit, she's doing better than I generally do. And then, bam.
Esiintymään näytöksissä ja niin edelleen, että sanotaan, että aika kiva ura on ollut, mutta tietysti korona tuli vähän sitten väliin, että se sitten sotki kuviot.
The harsh part of that I thought was they just kept the spotlight on him. Here, take this flag. Thank you. I'll skate away now.
Hang on. Did you hear that? I'm cracking a beer. Well, I did one. I just cracked a beer.
Oh, okay.
So, Mark, have you seen that before?
No, I haven't.
Did you watch it this time?
Yeah.
Mark does not sound impressed.
I tried avoiding watching it.
It was pretty bad.
Oh my.
So I was responding to someone in chat, and and they noted that my Finnish accent is better than my singing, and accents I can do, singing not so much, but I love doing it.
Well, maybe you could sing in an accent, or with an accent.
There you go. That's a good idea.
Oh, there you go. And I will never. Oh no. Okay.
Here, more sounds of John singing.
I'm singing. I'm in a store and I'm singing. I'm in a store and I'm singing. Hey! There's no singing in the North Pole. Yes, there is. No, it's not. We sing all the time. No, it's not. Especially when we make toys.
Okay, everyone's laughing at that. All right. The missus, you are very, very, very pleased with this next little bit, so I'm going to let you walk this one in.
Oh, it's just our latest sponsor for the latest must-have product on the shelves this Valentine's Day.
Fluffy, Fluffy, where are you, you silly cat? What's this? Oh, Fluffy, not on the floor again.
Fido, bad dog, bad dog. You do that outside.
We love our pets, but let's face it, accidents do happen. But when accidents happen, there's no reason you or your floor should suffer. Not when you have Critter Shitter, the brand new product from Slap Cop Industries. Critter Shitter is part vacuum cleaner and part steam cleaner. It picks up unsightly debris and cleans and refreshes your floor. But that's not all it does. With the new patented Slap Cop artificial intelligence, it follows your pet around the house and can anticipate when those unexpected accidents are about to happen. You'll never have to worry about this
Oh, gross.
again. Plus, since Critter is a sentient being, it can make those hard decisions about your pet.
That's the last time you'll shit in the middle of this bed, Fluffy. Fluffy! No!
New Critter from Slap Cop Industries. Get yours today wherever you buy sentient cleaning products.
Slapcop Industries is not responsible for damage to flooring, deceased pets, or traumatized children.
The Critter. Ask for it by name. And coming soon, new Critter Spitter for pets with a drooling problem.
That's not bad.
On everyone's want list. Yeah.
But I do have a question though. Is it able to distinguish between infants that haven't been potty trained and pets?
I don't think it really thinks there's much of a difference.
I can't recall any of our kids ever pooping on the carpet.
That's because you were at work and I was at home all day.
Okay. All right. Well, it's time for that.
Do you not remember that one of our children, when being potty trained, had to walk around with 0 pants on to prevent them from doing anything in their pants? Still wouldn't use the toilet, but at least they didn't, Oh, the joys of parenting.
And now he has a job. So, well, anyway, let's continue on with the Braying Jackass of the week.
Yes, it is that time, isn't it?
This is Neil Young.
Hey! Get that jackass out of here!
And I'm proud to present my Braying Jackass of the week.
Arlesia Boykins, a 22-year-old former assistant, emphasis on the former.
Emphasis on the former, yes.
At the Churchland High School JV girls, it's middle school too. I think
it was JV. I think it was Churchland High School.
Okay.
Because those. I mean, you can see it. We're going to play the video here.
Impersonated a 13-year-old player who played for their mascot.
Maybe it was middle school. Maybe
it was a middle school. Yep, it was a middle school. The student athlete was out of town at a club basketball tournament. In the video, courtesy of WAVY TV, Portsmouth, the Churchland team is wearing black, and Boykins is the player wearing the number 1. The child's parents said Boykins played under the student's name. Boykins has been relieved of her duties with the Portsmouth School District. So play that video.
Yeah, the video's playing right now. So she is the one wearing the number 1. That's a 22-year-old that just, put that layup in.
And she's stuffing people and just talking trash to them. Tell them, yeah, I just sunk that 22-year-old playing against 13-year-olds.
And I was just watching her take that free shot there. And she's got terrible form. She was coaching. She has terrible form. That's probably why she was coaching JV middle school.
Coaching JV middle school. So,
but I think the really serious question here, and I have not gotten a good answer to this, is, well, was she the high scorer? Did they win the game? I haven't gotten the answer on that. Although apparently there was a meeting between the parents and the administration of the school and the players on the team, and the team has decided to forego the rest of the season. I'm sure that was the players' decision. Yeah.
Yep. So if you're listening here, we will take your votes on the Jackass of the week, and ultimately, of course, we might put some feng shui on those. But that's number 1. Number 2. NYX Professional Makeup Company earns a Jackass nomination with their new online ad to sell lipstick. The Newsbot has the controversy.
NYX Professional Makeup stirred up the internet this week by using a bearded man to sell lipstick to women. The post went up on social media Sunday and drew some considerable backlash by the company's target audience. Many fans of the company drew the line at the new ad with comments like, "Shame on you, NYX, for taking part in a movement that replaces women with men. So if I use your product, I will grow facial hair? And that woman needs to shave." The company has not commented on the negative posts.
So there we have the ad up and a few of the negative comments that came from their Instagram account.
Well, with lipstick like that, I think he needs to be out stealing luggage at airports and working for the Department of Energy and our nuclear department.
Hey, maybe he's got a new job lined up.
So
also, I hear there's
I just want to say that NYX really does produce lipstick that you can use on a pig.
And it also keeps your cat's butt. It keeps your cat's butt from getting chapped.
That's right. Well, I was just going to say, if this ad thing falls through for him, I hear that there's an opening for a JV girls basketball coach at Churchland Middle School.
So I'm going to give this about 20 seconds online, folks. Do you have an opinion? So far, Jim's number 2. See if there are any additional votes. We'll give it a few more seconds.
See, you have to be careful throwing around the numbers like that with the number 2.
Fecal matter.
Johnny was a little slow on the uptake there.
Especially when you are a 12-year-old.
Why you bullying me?
Oh, Tim has jumped in, also voting for the second of our 2 nominees. Mark, do you concur?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say I think the coach one was I don't know why that one just bothers me more.
Well, I'm gonna say Vox Populi, Vox Deus. So let's go with the voice of the people. Unless you have a disagreement, Mrs. Let's send NYX.
I can't tell who you're telling is the winner in this. Who's
Number
the
2.
winner?
Number 2.
The makeup
number
people?
2.
All
Not
right.
number 1, number 2.
Yeah, number 1, number 2.
The makeup company. I'm sure they'll be pleased to hear about that.
Hey, why don't you send them one of those pet bleeps?
They could probably use one.
The
tidy
critter
up around the office.
Or the critter, the critter
Twitter.
The critter in a second word that we can't say on YouTube that rhymes with critter.
All right, so we have some amazing stuff up for in Think Real Fast, but you got to outro us.
Hang on. I got to get rid of the visual. And this has been Neil Young's Braying Jackass of the Week. We have gotten so much mileage out of Neil Young.
Mm-hmm.
We should send him an honorary Jackass award because he was the first.
So I'm gonna go with. Do you have that lovely audio clip I sent to you earlier? Is that ready to go?
I do.
Okay. So let's start with that because that is great. So an AI voice program.
Are we officially starting Think Real Fast?
Yes, it is. I'm sorry.
Think real fast.
So an AI voice program on the internet, so you could make it read things in celebrity voices, was shut down over the weekend after people used it to have celebrities read books by Austrian painters, for instance, like the girl from Harry Potter was reading a book about comfy chairs, maybe. But this is an example that has nothing to do with that, but is entirely YouTube friendly. So hit it, the missus.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Fox's coverage of an American bombing run on Hiroshima. I'm Joe Buck, and with me, as always, is Troy Aikman. It's a crisp August morning in southern Japan, and what goes better in the morning than Dunkin' Donuts? America runs on Dunkin'. Japan's air defenses have been laughable in the last few months, Troy. Do you see them putting up any kind of a fight?
I just can't, Joe. Japan has been miserable recently, but they just refuse to quit.
It looks like we're starting here, so let's cut to the aerial coverage brought to you by Goodyear. Here comes the Enola Gay. It's about overhead of Hiroshima now. Gay, and he drops the payload. Let's take another look with the Toyota Instant Replay.
Looks like it only dropped one bomb, Joe. Can't expect it to do much damage.
You really can't, Troy. But what you can expect is for America to tune in to a brand new episode of The Simpsons, followed by a new Family Guy, only on Fox. And that was a massive explosion, Troy. Let's hear from Aaron Andrews down in downtown Hiroshima. Aaron, looks like we're having some technical issues with the headset. We'll be right back after these messages from our sponsors.
That was very well done.
I told you this was going to be good. Weren't expecting that, were you?
No, and I love that they had all these Japanese companies too as their sponsors.
So there you go. I'm just thinking that we need to play that more often as our opening. That we need to put that one in heavy rotation. But so there's been quite a bit of upset about that because here are celebrities saying things they never said, and I found some stuff that you absolutely couldn't put on YouTube. So Mark, the question is this: would the bombing of Hiroshima had been better if it were covered by CBS?
I think so, especially if it turned out that Goodyear was sponsoring it and Toyota.
Was it a good year? No, the worst.
The worst. The missus, do you think Aaron Andrews will be back to them shortly?
I hope she's okay.
Is she okay? Okay. All right.
Now that just plain hurts.
All right. I've got to bring up some actual real breaking news.
Oh, wait.
Mm-hmm.
Breaking news.
It's the 1st of February, and Tom Brady retires again. So, Mark, does that mean 6 more weeks of winter?
Well, I don't know. I'm not sure if he saw his shadow. Yes, that means 6 more weeks of winter.
And the missus, does that mean he'll be the starting quarterback in San Francisco this year?
I heard that he, God, who was it that I heard that was talking to him? Not San Francisco. Crap, now I can't remember.
Well, he's from there, and actually, that he could
I
win.
thought he was from San Mateo. Is that the same place? I don't know. Geography is not my strong suit.
You remember the place where we walked from the Marriott to the football stadium? That place.
That was not San Jose.
That was San Jose.
That was Santa Clara.
It's Santa Clara, yes. Anyway.
Are Santa Clara and San Jose the same place? Are there any Californians out there who can confirm this? I have no idea.
But regardless.
So why is he retiring? I mean, did he get his money back from FTX or something?
I don't know. Once you've been, if you're Tom Brady and you can't keep a supermodel, what's the point, right? I think
this demonstration of boyish agility turning you on at all?
And Tim notes they are all in the Bay Area. So thank you, Tim. All right. There have been Irish.
I appreciate Tim's effort there, but that doesn't really help me out that much.
All right. So
again, I'm like, California, it's west of here. That I know.
There have been Irish riots protesting immigration, and a place where immigrants were going to be housed has been burned down. Mark, are the Irish upset and don't want more Irish, like people from Somalia, because they're natural Irishmen, aren't they?
No. I think the people have totally misconstrued. Those aren't riots. Those are parties to welcome them. And the fire, that was just, it's cold in Ireland in the winter.
That's just a warm
them. That's just a warm them. Warm them up. A nice fire.
So the missus, the other question to you is Aaron Go Braless.
Nah, it's probably nothing.
Okay.
Probably
All
fine.
right. So in other top news today, Biden, one of his homes was the site of a no-knock raid where they pulled Jill at dawn and pulled Jill out front and strip searched her on the front lawn. Mark, was the cavity search too much? I'm just making you laugh tonight.
Oh, no. No, I think that's totally appropriate. Who knows where Biden's hidden things?
Who knows where he's forgotten things? The missus, is it all
And we are
Jover?
talking about Hunter, right?
Yeah. The missus, is it all Jover?
I can taste it.
I'm sorry, what?
Is it all Jover? Jover. You know, it's like over with the J, like Joe.
You know,
I gotta explain
you
it.
and I have had this conversation. Well, you know, if you'd stop talking and let me answer the question.
Shut up!
Okay. You know, because we had talked about this before, and I told you, I can't help but feel a little sorry for the guy, right? Because here is this guy who was sucked up for 50 years.
No, this sucked as the vice president.
Well, I think Joe has done his fair share of that too, perhaps metaphorically, perhaps not metaphorically speaking, because he's been a politician for the Democrats for 50 years, right? All he's really ever wanted was to be president. So much that he was really embarrassed when he got caught plagiarizing that paper in college and he had to drop out of the race in 87. But I digress. So finally, they throw the bone to him, right? And because it's the fluke of elections, he wins. And now he's only 2 years into his term, and now, you know, they're giving him the business. Because I kind of think the Democrats are behind this because they don't want him to run.
So noting this is for actual people looking for actual news, there really wasn't a strip search or a no-knock raid, but, you know, it's kind of funny because that's, well, we'll stop there.
Well, it's funny because we know that would never actually happen.
It is.
But you know what? But you know what Jill got? Oh, come on.
The full BL.
That's right. She got the full BL.
Okay. All right. This one that requires no response. I have the ultimate solution to the Ukraine problem. Rock, paper, HIMARS. All right. Next up, illegal immigrants in New York City demand to be let back into $450 a night hotel rooms rather than on cots in the ferry terminal, saying they deserve better, even though the terminal has a buffet food service and 100 toilets and is temperature controlled.
And they're going to go on strike. They're going to go on strike.
Question. Why, the missus? Question. Why doesn't everyone in Guatemala deserve this in New York City?
No, they absolutely deserve it, even more so than American citizens, because gosh darn it, they're better Americans than Americans are. I'm sorry, I was reading the Democrat script there for a few minutes.
And question to you, Mark. Is a short, fat Guatemalan known as a squatemalan?
Just gotta get those little legs moving. Come on.
Mark refuses.
Only if they're staying in $400 a night hotels that they aren't paying for.
No, you are incorrect. Short, fat Guatemalans are all squatemalans. Ozzy Osbourne, speaking of squatty people, has canceled all of his remaining tour dates. Says he's done. The missus, is he
really?
batty? Is
I've
he
never
batty?
been able to understand anything he says.
She goes, I wanted to got to have a
Sharon!
bit of a thing.
Sharon!
The missus, is he batty? Answer the question.
Until his wife needs new shoes. Then he'll be back on the road.
Okay. So, hero Kyle Rittenhouse, not that I'm editorializing, is being sued for wrongful death by the dad of skateboard dude. Note, this is just a note. Skateboard dude's girlfriend, after Kyle was found innocent, gave Kyle her phone number after the trial. This is a real thing that actually happened. So, you know, he could call her up to talk about it.
Oh, my.
So, Kyle's being sued. Mark, Should Kyle countersue for mental anguish for skate boy killing himself with Kyle's own gun?
Yes.
The missus.
Hmm.
Do you think Kyle called her?
It's classified. I could tell you, but then I'd have to kill you.
To meet diversity quotas, according to the London Telegraph, London is recruiting police officers who can barely read and write in English. Mark, why is the written word so filled with hate?
What? Why is the written word so filled with hate?
Yes, I mean, why is it so, hateful? Because these people who are obviously the most qualified people on the planet to be police officers in London who can't read or write. I mean, it's obviously the word at this point.
But that's ideal. It means they can't write tickets.
Mark brings up a good point.
And I think we're back to Memphis. Anyway. On that note.
I was completely unprepared for that cue.
I'd like to thank everyone for coming to Bombs and Bants and Wednesday Rants and our wonderful 71st episode. As always, I'm your humble and dedicated host, John Wilder.
And this is Mark.
Joe Biden, wake up.
And that makes me the missus.
Thanks, everyone, and we will be back next week at this time and location for more edification.
Yeah, I'll come back now. You hear?